boom, pussy popped.
Pussy pop.
Severely. Hello, Greaseballs, and welcome to The Grease, where we will overanalyze this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race versus the World, the UK, Part 2, Season 2, the part...
Versus the World, the UK.
So we ended last week with Tia and Hannah on top, Kate Minaj, Gothy Kendall in the bottom, and Tia wins the lip sync, and Kate Minaj goes home.
Boo.
Bit of a gag.
Gagged him a bit.
For sure.
It happened, it's over, I guess.
Are you buying Tia's explanation that she wanted to, on her season, make it through Snatch Game, so she had to reach out to Gothy and just help her sister out?
It made absolutely zero sense. She was like, it felt like she was like grasping for something to come up with, and it was like, oh, well, Snatch Game was really like this imaginary barrier that I created in my brain that I really wanted to make it past. So I thought you should do the same thing. I was like, that is the weakest explanation. What are you talking about, Tia Coffee? Then she says, she goes to the mirror and she goes, oh, I feel guilty, partly. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you should.
Yeah, you're the one who sent the bitch home.
But we're here to move on and see what Gothy can do this week.
And predictably, Hannah did have Gothy's lipstick in her titty.
I love how sweet she is, though. She's just like, I love you. You're beautiful. You're great. You're a darling angel. But, it was kind of, you've been told over and over.
Grease are gross. Teresa's flower hats.
Listen, she's wearing it to get attention, so I'm going to give it a nooch.
It is that time of the season. The library is open.
Yes.
It is the reading challenge. What are you thinking of the reads?
I feel like it went by real quick. Not everybody had like a whole lot of time to shine. I was very surprised by Gothy. The best one from Gothy was when she told La Grande Dame, she was like, La Grande Dame, more like you Great Dane.
Yeah.
Something like that. That was so hilarious. And then I also died when Marina was like, Theresa May, no you may not.
I think that was probably the best read out of, as far as delivery and what the actual joke was.
It was so good.
The reading challenge is getting to be one of those things that I like get really excited for, and then is always kind of a massive letdown. It's like going the way of Snatch Game for me, where I get really excited, and then once it actually happens, I'm like, oh, it kind of sucks.
I kind of hate it now. Tia's were... like, I get that that's her humor, but, like, they were, like, I was groaning after those ones. Like, they were dad jokes to the max.
I knew you were going to hate those, but that is, I think, really the kind of humor that Rue enjoys. She really likes puns, which I'm not always, like, a fan of.
Right, you're true.
But, yeah, it was only dad jokes. I do think she probably performed the best. But I just think that Marina's No You May Not read was legendary. So she's the winner for me.
Yeah, that was good. And we can't forget La Grande Dame. Both make me want to shit. Then we have Rue announcing 7, the Rusical, which is, I believe, is a play on 6, the musical, which you may more know about than I do, because I don't know a lot about it.
Yeah, it's a West End musical based on, I think it's the wives of... What? Right? The wives of Henry VIII? The 6 wives of Henry VIII, yes. Okay, good. I'm right. I love when that happens. And it is often.
And it is quite often that we come upon it.
This is also a live singing Rusical. So, well, I'm going to put an asterisk next to that and we'll get there. But I do prefer when the Rusicals are either the Queen's recorded vocals or live singing, because otherwise it's just like a lip sync challenge and it's not really the same thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it really does turn the pressure on, too, because it's like another added layer of something to do, especially when there's a lot of queens out there that aren't necessarily, like, singers or comfortable singing at all. So yeah, it's definitely another like difficulty layer added onto it, but I love it because it makes them squirm and it makes them have to get creative and shit like that.
Yes, and I also think that the live singing challenge would be where you and I would definitely slay. Never shout never, the Rusical.
Oh my god, it would be so gay up there.
So we will be ranking the queen's performances in the Rusical, starting in alphabetical order with Choriza May, who actually opens up the show. What did you think about Choriza?
Yeah, I don't know. Teresa looked like she was scared. I didn't really like the look. She, maybe not that she was scared, just a little bit more lost. It looked like everything was kind of like on delay a little bit, like the choreo. And you could kind of see like her looking around a little bit. It was just like, I don't think it was like bad. It was just boring and like not great, which is like what we need to be doing at this point. So I have her in the D tier, Drag Delusion.
It seems like when they were leading up to the Rusical performance that she had some good choreography, but then once it got to the stage, I don't know if Teresa was just missing the moves or if she wasn't like delivering them big enough, but it literally just looked like she was standing on the stage kind of moving her arms sometimes, and that was it for the choreography. It was very, very mediocre. And I also have this in Drag Delusion.
Sorry, Teresa, you got a bad track record on the Grease. Next up, we have Gothy Kendall, and I will let you take this one off first.
I do want to say that some of the costuming in the Rusical is so good. I am obsessed with Gothy's look that she's wearing, this arm, like Thierry Mugler armor piece with the blonde eye pony and a bang. She looked so good.
Yeah,
but
did.
Oh my god, it was so bad. The performance was horrible. It was bad in a way that was funny, which is at least something. Sorry, rigomoris.
Yeah, dude, this was bad. Even like it was so bad that like the edit and the production couldn't hide it. Like there were straight up cuts of her just walking away from the camera. There were literally moments with her just standing there being like, oh my god, I messed up. And honestly, like you said, it was so bad that it was funny. And I think that she was like, oh, I can run with that. And like tried to do so. But like she had no clue what was going on. She was running across the stage at one point. And yeah, rigomoris.
She was literally living that like nightmare that you have where you're in a performance and you get on stage and you haven't learned any of the words. That was literally what she was bringing. Next up is Hannah Conda.
I thought Hannah did I thought Hannah did really well. I don't know. I just didn't like her looks very much this week. Like they weren't bad, but like I just didn't like them necessarily myself. I loved her like story behind the runway. Whatever, we'll get to the runway. The wig she was wearing in this performance just bothered me. Everything else was amazing. I think the whole choreography of it all, where it was like very like, okay, pause, this part's about me, focus on me. All of the lyrics were like very much her. I thought she did a really great job. I put her in the all right mama category.
I honestly think that Hannah had the best overall performance in the Rusical. When the cameras were cutting around, she was doing the choreography correctly every single time you saw her in the background. Her solo was great. Her delivery of it was really funny, where she's just like screaming that one run. I loved that. I thought she did really well. I also have her in All Right Mama.
Up next, we have La Grande Dame. What did you think?
I was kind of surprised that La Grande Dame kind of killed the lyrics. They weren't amazing lyrics, however. And I do want to point out a little bit of riggery where I think that a lot of people didn't know the choreography and that it was being cut around. And I don't know if it was only being cut around Gothy, but it also kind of seemed to me that La Grande Dame did not know the background choreo as much as it was kind of being played off to be. I still have her in All Right Mama because I think she did serve her individual section well, but I'm clocking her for not knowing the choreography.
Yeah, no, I think I agree a lot. I loved her verse. Like you said, the lyrics weren't like anything special, but especially for like an ESL queen, I think her giving what she gave and being able to pronounce it all and be clear with it all and still like give her vibe, I think she really, really succeeded there. I feel like the entire time though, I feel like she was holding her mic like this. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, one hand would have been a lot better and she could have like worked this stuff with her hair and everything. And yeah, I feel like the choreo at points, which also I give it to production to being able to cut around her being off because she's all elbows and knees. So like if she's off, you're gonna see it.
It's everywhere, yeah.
But like I put her in the All Right Mama tier as well because I thought she really redeemed herself this week from the last couple.
Next up is Marina Summers. Where did she land on your list?
Marina was amazing. First of all, she just came in and was like, okay, choreo, bang, this is what it's gonna be like. And you could tell in their choreo practice that it was gonna be fucking really good. So when she came out and did it, she was like, okay, it's my moment, let's go. And it was another moment that was like a beat drop. And the choreo was amazing. Her look was, everything was so fucking good. There's a reason why she is a powerhouse. I've got her in Slayana.
There were a few moments in the vocals where you could tell that she's not a practiced, live vocalist. And I should point out, while they were singing live, this was auto-tuned. So, like, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
All of this was being served to you via auto-tune. Like, girl, come on. But Marina, I think for someone who may not be used to singing live on stage, really killed her performance. And any time that she's going to dance, it's like, yeah, she's gonna be in Slayana. Like, yeah. That's just what it's gonna be. And also the hair she had on was so good.
Next up, we have Scarlet Envy. How did you feel about Scarlet?
I actually think Scarlet did pretty well this week. She looks like Jan, though. She's wearing Jan's jacket with blonde hair. Like, she looks like Jan. It's purple. So I live for the BFA representation. I think this was, in my opinion, the best week for Scarlet this far as how much I like her. She sounded good. She performed well. I have her in B, but is it fashion?
I also literally have a note that says, is this Jan? And so yeah, she was giving Jan vibes in the performance. But yeah, no, she sounded good and she served it. And I agree 100% with you. Best week thus far in terms of like, okay, I can handle Scarlet. She's doing pretty well. I'm not mad about her. I've got her in All Right Mama, A tier.
Last but not least is Tia Coffee.
Oh, yeah, no, I think I have a lot of the same notes that we've had about like her talent show performance. I was just like, I don't know. So there's a thing, and this, I might be way off on this, but, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Let's hear it.
But like, I don't understand why so many queens just be like, they're immediately after Drag Race, like, I need to get into music and singing. I'm like, it's, okay, I get that you can make money easily doing that, and you can be a drag queen easily doing that, but like, I don't know, like, just because you can carry a tune doesn't mean you should be a singer. Like, I feel like she doesn't have like the power in her vocals to be like super like energetic or entertaining. It's all very low notes, and it's just like,
yeah,
there's like, do something else. I don't know, like, give us more energy, because she has more energy. And yes, that, I feel like she, like, doing her vocals constantly is almost holding her back a little bit in terms of like how entertaining she could be. I have her in Cut Your Wigs Up, C tier.
I get what you're saying, that there is a lack of power in her voice, and I don't know that it's okay. First of all, no, let's get into this bitch. First of all,
okay.
the vocal performance wasn't even that good. I'm fairly certain, and I don't know what the actual melody of the song is meant to be without, hearing the tracks that they were given before they wrote it, right? But I don't think she was singing the right notes at times. So it kind of threw off the entire feeling of her verse, and it seemed really low energy, and this is supposed to be like the big leading up moment, like saying, I'm gonna take over the world, and you don't believe it because there's no power behind that part of the vocal. I thought she did okay. I thought she looked fine. But I agree with you that, like, just because you can carry a tune doesn't mean you are, like, meant to be a vocalist. Not like you and I, who are certainly meant to be singing.
Yes, it was written above.
But not everybody has it, sweetie. So she is in, but is it fashion for me?
It's worth mentioning that the choreo was bad overall. Like,
Yes.
specifically gothy, but overall it was still like generally bad. There were very, very few wide cuts of this performance, and it was super obvious after a few seconds.
I'm glad you picked up on that too, because I was like, am I smoking penis right now? Like, they're cutting so much.
Like,
and to me it looked like the only people consistently hitting the moves were Maria. Who the fuck is Maria?
Who's that?
Marina,
Teresa,
Hannah, and Tia seemed like the people only consistently hitting the moves. And also, can we agree that this wasn't a musical? This was a girl group challenge with extra steps. This is not a musical.
Yeah, it was like what do they call that? All the people, not the orchestra, the chorus. It was like
ensemble.
An ensemble. Thank you. It was like an ensemble, like girl group, big stage performance.
The songs didn't have their own individual story.
No.
And I think that's kind of like what separates the musical from
whatever this was.
Whatever the fuck this was, yeah. So not a musical.
Not at. We're going to start with our judges for their looks this evening. And first up, we have Michelle Visage serving us that punk rock hairdo, which I do love on her. I think it's very cute. I like this look. I think she looks snatched. I like the leather accoutrement. I think this hair is really good for her. I definitely agree with this.
Yeah, I love this hair on Michelle so much. She looks like Noel Fielding. I fucking love when she wore this last season and she was wearing the all black. Yes. And she looked even more like Noel Fielding. I want them to get together and I would be gagged. It would be incredible. Super grease for this. I love her in this hair.
Yes, and also I did see on, I think Reddit somewhere, that the blue like suit thing that she's wearing is from H&M.
Are you joking?
No, I saw it.
Moving on to Miss RuPaul, bringing us Golden Goddess. I mean, that is a mini dress.
Yes.
That is a tiny little dress. She's got the legs out. She looks great. And I really like this hair, too. There were so many snatched ponytails this week, so I'm living grease.
I love when Ru wears, like, short dresses and shows her legs. And, of course, the stoned tights. Every little detail is there. Yeah, the wig this week, living for that. Definite big old grease, especially the big old fat diamond on her finger. Up next, we have Self-Esteem, our guest judge this week. I love her hair. I could not stop looking at it. It's so cute. I also love the look. Look at all of this fucking heavy print. I don't know what all of the prints are. Probably all different whatevers. But it's great. I love it.
Honorary Slayana for this look. Ugh. This is what I want to see from a judge on Drag Race. I love this kind of demented Betty Boop hair. Her mug is like so beat as well. And this like little armor piece with the, cheetah print or something on it is so cool. Grease.
Yeah.
And then Graham Norton bringing us a little duvet, her Davenport printed smoking jacket. I do think it looks great. This is a grease. Blazer matches the shirt. Very chic.
Oh, he's so handsome. I love him. Definitely grease.
Grease.
Grease, love him. All right, this week's Runways category is When I Glow Up, which is honestly, I think they should do this like every All-Star season, no matter what. I don't know why it's not a mainstay. I love this category. So we're starting with Theresa May, who is doing her glow up on her Expenny Henny look from her season. I hate this. I don't like it in any way. I think it's worse than her original look, and I don't know why she even picked this one to redo, because, like, yeah, Michelle, like, jumped on her, but no one else did, I don't think. Anyways, this is a gross for me.
It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
She has her nipples out and is not wearing pasties. That's, like, a huge thing that I despise. And also, this picture doesn't relay it very well, but her makeup looks fucked up. Like, it's like her blush is like bright orange. It's crazy. I'm sorry, I have to gross this as well. No.
Bye. Drop me out.
Next up is Gothy Kendall, who chose to redo her Queen Elizabeth realness. I think this looks really, really beautiful. I actually really liked her original look too. I didn't mind it, but I see you making faces.
What?
I liked her original. I thought it was cute. Little baby queen. But I mean, she looks like royalty in this look. It is, every detail is right. The jewelry, the gloves, the clutch, the hair.
Yeah, she looks amazing in this look. I don't know about all that about the first look, but this is so good. It's like very polished. It looks so nice, so well made, so well done. I love everything about it, to be honest. I love that she's got black hair. Super grease on this one. Up next, we have Hannah Conda, who is giving us this leather mama realness look. I don't mind this look. It's just like, I don't know. I wish it's definitely something that I feel like she would wear at a bar, like for a performance. Like, I just want it to just be something a little bit more than what it is. I'm gonna give this one a nooch.
It's one of those looks where I don't know why this is the one she chose to redo. And then if you're gonna redo it, I mean, she's basically wearing almost what she wore before, but with a jacket.
Literally.
Like, okay. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it. I'm gonna give this a nooch as well. I would expect to see more from her, more creativity. Oh no, I have to say the French one.
Yep.
Okay, so people might not know this. I'm gonna spill a tea here, right? That, Joshita and I met in college, and Joshita, like, went to school for French, right? Like, he's a French ass bitch. I took French classes in college from Joshita, I might add. You were my, like, TA in one of my labs.
Drunken TA.
Yes, and I never ever want to speak French around Joshita because I am no longer good at it. I also don't use the right like articles anymore. I just use feminine for everything, or I'll just use masculine for everything because, like, I don't care and I can't be asked to remember it.
There you go.
But anyway, so we have La Grande here serving us a rework of her Lendemain de Soirée.
Perfect! That was perfect!
Okay, I'm good. Good. I'll end my career there. I'll never speak French again. I thought this was amazing. It was so, like, goofy and weird. I also did really like her first version of this as well. But, the spit take that she did and the way that she was even, like, walking was so camp. This is a great.
Yes, I definitely love this. Honestly, like you said, her original look, I still talk about that one because I loved that one. And I thought that her dress in that one looked strange, but I didn't think it was bad. Anyways, this one I do really, really enjoy. I love the campiness of it. I love the little spit curl she's got going on. I love the spit take. I thought for a minute that this was going to be a reveal. I was like, she's just going to go... but I'm still not disappointed in it. I loved the shot of her clapping out of the hands. I'm definitely gonna grease this one. Next up, we have Marina Summers, who's redoing her "Turno She Betta Don't" look, and Jesus, my God, this is just. Oh my God, she is so beautiful. She's so flawless. This look is amazing. And I did look at the first look that she was actually redoing, and this is markedly better. The first one wasn't bad, but this is like on a completely different level. Hair, face, fascinators, ruffles. It's got the whole fish design. Like, it is so amazing, and it is blowing everyone else out of the water. This is like Slayana out in orbit for me.
Imagine you are Theresa May and you're putting on your no titty boobs out outfit that doesn't fit and stapling a cowboy hat to your wig, and Marina Summers is putting on the most beautiful outfit to like ever grace the stage of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, I'd shit myself.
Yeah, I would just leave. I think I'd just eliminate myself.
There's no
This is
point.
stunning. Like, this is, one of the most beautiful garments I have ever seen. Just everything about it, and the way that she presented it on the runway was so gorgeous. Slay on a grease. Next up is Scarlet Envy, who reworked their MILF eleganza look. The first look of this is so rotted and trash. This is so fucking cool. Like, when she came out in this, I was like, finally, Scarlet is wearing something worth bringing to this stage of All-Stars. Like, this is so beautiful. All the different textural elements to it, the like fucking luchador face kini and the shoes, all of the custom elements is so cool. I love this look. Super great for me.
Yeah, man, like, this is awesome. Like, this is amazing to do, especially with the comparison of what the original look was. Like, holy shit, this is so cool. She looks glamorous. It's incredibly drag. It's campy because it's like this mythical like monster thing. Dude, and like all the colors are so amazing. I love that kind of like, is that like a magenta or like purplish? I don't know what it is, but those accents are amazing. She's like sequined and scaled and gooped, mama. She really impressed me this week. This is a super grease. Lastly, we have Tia Coffee, who is redoing her pre-historic look of that pterodactyl thing she did in her season of UK. This is definitely better than the original look, I think. But I'm getting kind of sick of Tia just wearing bodysuits all the time. And then there's just stuff over it. The wings are cool. The hair is cool. I'm not super like moved by this in any way though. Like, I'm not like crazy about it. I'm just gonna nooch it.
Yeah. The bodysuit is interesting to look at. The wings, I think, are still ugly. Even if they are like mechanical wings. Like, do you remember when Courtney Act brought those mechanical wings and was like, I want to see this on blogs?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, and they looked like ass. I was like, this is so ugly. I don't care what it is. It looks like shit. And to me, this like wings are not it. And also, she was not like, she couldn't walk in this very well, so the overall presentation of it didn't seem, elegant or any, like, she was very like hunched over, I think, from the wings.
Yeah.
And then she's again wearing a bodysuit with like no body on. And with the like overlay that's on top, the like plasticky stuff that's coming on like her ribs and stuff, it accentuates the fact that she's not padded or cinched. And the whole thing's kind of a miss for me. So I'm actually going to gross this.
Gross. Oh my God.
Everyone gets critiques.
Everybody.
In the top, we have Marina and Tia. The bottom is Choriza and Gothi, leaving La Grande Dame, Scarlet, and Hannah as our safe queens.
Yes. And Marina got the ever sought after "You Were Born to Do Drag" critique from RuPaul, and it was like, honestly, so deserved. Like, come on.
I do think Ru doing that like once a season now is really tiring and annoying, and I also think it's questionable some of the people that she says that to. Marina is not one of those people though. Like, she definitely deserved that, and seeing her like present her culture and her performance on such a huge stage like is so rewarding as a viewer to see her get her flowers.
I just kind of want her to win.
Backstage, Gothy, I think, just knows that her time is up and that there's no excuses anymore to save her. Like, she hasn't been able to redeem herself, and everybody is just like, yeah, it's time.
Yeah, I feel like she... I don't know, like last episode there was a couple of moments where she was like, yeah, I can still do it, like in confessionals, and like she kind of had something, but like it's all gone. Whatever that was is gone. And Choriza even comes out in one of her like confession, or no, I think it was when she was talking to one of the top two girls. She was like, yeah, I kind of deserve this bottom placement, which I thought was fair, because it's like sometimes these girls are in the bottom and they're completely delulu and they're just like, what? I don't believe it. But I did think it was nice to see that like everybody likes Gothy and they didn't want to be like, fuck you, you're so bad, you're going home. They were just like, oh, you're great, you're sweet, we love you. But yeah, the writing was kind of on the wall, I think.
The lip sync song is Fucking Wizardry by Self-Esteem. And Marina looks so stunning in this yellow bodysuit with the triangle pointed bang in the hair. This lip sync was like a wet dream. Tia could have just not been there. That would have been fine.
Literally.
Marina.
Girl, I just like, I don't even know. Just the look alone compared to Tia was just like, get off the stage. And the performance was so next level. It was like she was in her own music video. It was being shot right there. She had one take to do it and the rent was due. It was time to go.
Yes.
Marina was never going to lose. Can anybody beat her? Like,
in a dance competition, I don't think there is a single person in this show that could beat her.
Like, who stands a chance if she makes the finale?
Nobody.
Nobody. Is she all of our mother? So I think it goes without saying that Marina wins the lip sync, completely demolishes Tia, who was going for some sort of like, I'm really going to feel this song, and it didn't work.
Yeah. And Marina, she started doing that.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Thing that the judges were like dying on the runway, and she brought that humor into it when she was just also just annihilating the dancing. And I don't know if you saw this, and production barely slipped it in. Like, Scarlett almost fell off the stage.
She fully fell.
Yeah!
She fully fell. She was this fucking like glamorous fucking swamp monster falling off the stage.
And you hear somebody like laugh almost or something. Like, it was so funny that they just didn't acknowledge it.
Scarlett is the gayest human being. She could not control her dancing so much that she fell off the stage.
Yes. And then Marina just walks off the stage at the end.
Bye.
She should just win the whole season, like, just based on this lip sync.
I agree. 100% winner of my season right now.
Gothy, time is up.
Gothy bitch, your time's up. Yeah, Marina sends Gothy home.
Goodbye. Trapdoor.
Trapdoor. Boop.
But it is not all sad. Today we have to award our best hair, best mug, and best dress of the episode. Best hair, who do you have?
This week, for best hair, I have Gothy Kendall. I
am going to punch you in the face. I'm going to dox you live on stream and go to your house and punch you in the face. I also have Gothy. And I was like, oh, there's no way she knows Gothy.
I'm going to dox you live.
Oh my god, that's so annoying.
But no, it's so fair though. Like her hair looked amazing, and it was so nice that she did like black, and it was perfect. Okay, who do you have for mug?
Okay. Best mug. I have self-esteem. Bitch, she was beat on that judging panel. Her liner, her lashes, she looked amazing.
Her lashes were on point. They were good.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
good one. That's a good one. For mug, I have Marina Summers because you just can't not. You can't not.
And best dressed this week, Joshita. Who do you have?
Marina Summers. Duh.
No, she better do.
Like, duh. Like, you can't pick anybody else.
Well, I actually picked somebody else, so,
All right. Did you pick?
I picked Scarlett.
I knew it!
I had to. It was so weird and good, and I think Scarlett deserved to finally get her love from me this week.
Yeah, no,
It's hard. You have to work for it.
I agree. Like, she would have been my other choice. I think that's very fair.
We did it!
We did it! And next week we have a choreo challenge, Strictly Come Prancing, where I just can't happen to think that Keita would have done really well.
I know. She probably would have done well this week, too.
I know!
I mean, she can at least dance. Goodbye.
Bye.